I'm Alicia Wanless. I'm the co-director of the Partnership for Countering Influence Operations at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. Influence operations are the organized attempt to achieve a specific effect among a target audience. Myriad actors conduct influence operations. This can include politicians who are attempting to win votes. It can include governments who are pushing values or seeking support through diplomacy. But it also can include activists who are supporting a particular cause and want to affect change. Information can now travel a lot faster than it ever has before and farther and reach more people. Audiences are also a lot more engaged with that content and can take it up and spread it. So it can become a lot more difficult to discern who's the actual influence operator from the audience who's taken up the same message and is spreading it. The problem with influence operations is that there's a lack of clear lines in the sand around what's acceptable and what isn't acceptable. Obviously, politicians need to be able to try to convince voters that they should win office, but how far can politicians and their supporters go, especially using digital tools, to do that? There are a few things we should be doing about influence operations. The first is, as a society, determining what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. The second thing is emphasizing finding some way to measure the effect of influence operations. Proof of activity is not the same as evidence of effect, and if we were to be able to find a way to measure it, we can also start to prioritize which types of influence operations need to be countered and perhaps how. And the third thing is that we really need to keep calm. We should probably be asking ourselves every time we react to a known influence operation whether the reaction that we are demonstrating is exactly what was intended by the person behind the campaign. The Partnership for Countering Influence Operations is attempting to build bridges between different sectors and different stakeholders to come together to look at this problem. One of the things that we found in terms of mapping the community who are researching and attempting to counter influence operations is that it's essentially not networked. So what we have is a networked problem, but our solutions are really disparate. They're not coming together in any way, and they're not responding in a networked way. This is very much a challenge. So partly, the Partnership for Countering Influence Operations is aiming to try to build bridges in that community.